In Scheria the tale was done. Alcinous ordered gifts of bronze and gold, cloaks and cauldrons, and a black ship made ready before the dawn.
They laid Odysseus aboard in sleep deeper than death, gifts stacked about him. The Phaeacians took their benches, and the sea itself seemed to yield.
Swift as a falcon stooping, the hull ran the night without sail or strain. By the hour of the morning star, Ithaca's cliffs rose from the dark.
They set in gently on the sand of the harbor of Phaeacians with his treasures, then turned for home unpaid by fate, and soon to pay Poseidon's price.
Poseidon saw the escort finish and struck. He turned their ship to stone in the harbor mouth, a mountain of rock mid-wave, a warning forever to Phaeacia.
Odysseus woke and did not know his own land. Mist hid the olive, the cave of the nymphs, the familiar harbor. He counted his gifts and thought the Phaeacians had cheated him.
Then a youth stood before him on the path, a shepherd with a crook and a fine cloak, Athena in gentle disguise, testing the man she loved.
Stranger, what land is this? I do not know these rocks or this olive mist. Have I come among savage men or among those who honor strangers? You are on Ithaca, she said, rugged, but not without fame. And the mist rolled back, the harbor of Phaeacians, the long-leaved olive, the cave of the nymphs.
Athena stood revealed in her true form. She told him of the suitors devouring his house night and day, and of Telemachus, seeking news of him in Pylos and Sparta.
She withered his flesh, dimmed his bright eyes, clothed him in foul rags, and set a staff in his hand. So the king of Ithaca became a beggar on his own shore.
Go first to Eumaeus, the swineherd, loyal while others feast on your wealth. There wait and watch. I myself will bring your son home from Sparta.
The beggar climbed inland to the swineherd's steading, high among the woods, fenced with stone, far from the town's insolence and the suitor's noise.
Sharp-toothed dogs rushed the stranger. Eumaeus drove them off with a shout and flung stones, then led the ragged man inside to the fire.
Sit, stranger, and take your ease. Wine and meat for the wanderer. Zeus watches guests and beggars alike, and shame falls on those who turn them away. My master would have given better welcome, Odysseus, lost these long years. Now the proud suitors devour what should be his, and I tend swine for men who hate me.
He slaughtered a fine hog for the stranger, roasted the meat with care, poured wine, and spoke of loyalty as if it were still a living law in Ithaca.
Odysseus spun a Cretan lie, of raids and shipwreck, of Egyptian kings and Phoenician traders, and swore the true Odysseus would return before the year was out.
Do not swear that, friend. Many wanderers have cheated hope with news of Odysseus. I keep my faith without false omens, and feed his swine as if he still lived.
At night Eumaeus gave him a thick cloak against the mountain cold, then went himself to watch the swine under the open sky, refusing soft beds while his charge might suffer.
Far off in Sparta, Athena stood at Telemachus' bed in the dark. Return home at once. The suitors plot an ambush on the sea between the islands.
Menelaus and Helen loaded gifts of silver and cloth. An eagle seized a tame goose in the yard, and Helen read the omen, Odysseus home at last, bringing doom to the suitors.
He parted from Pisistratus with thanks and raced for Pylos' shore, then, warned by Athena, cut across the open sea toward Ithaca by night, avoiding the known roads.
The suitors' ship lay in wait between rocky islets. Telemachus slipped past in darkness, made the farm shore first, and left the ambush grasping empty water. He sent the ship on to the city with his crew, and walked alone toward the swineherd's hut as Athena had commanded in the night.
In the hall Penelope waited for news of her son. The suitors returned empty-handed from the failed ambush, furious, afraid, and already planning the next blow.
We missed him at sea. Next time we take him in the town or the countryside. The boy must not grow into his father's cunning.
Meanwhile Telemachus climbed the wooded track above the shore toward the hut where a beggar sat unknown beside his father's most faithful servant.
Eumaeus wept to see the prince alive. Telemachus entered the hut, and found a beggar rising slowly from the hearth, staff in hand.
Welcome, stranger. Eat and rest. Tomorrow I will send you to the town for a better chance, though the suitors are hard on beggars, and my house is not my own.
Eumaeus went down to tell Penelope her son had landed safe. Father and son were left alone in the hut, almost alone, for Athena still watched.
Athena touched him. The rags fell away, flesh filled, the beard darkened. The beggar stood tall, Odysseus as he had been before the disguise.
You are a god come to test me. Stay back. I dare not look on you. No mortal changes shape like that.
I am no god, Telemachus. I am your father, the Odysseus for whom you have wept and sought across the sea.
They wept together like seabirds robbed of their young, until the sun would have set on their tears, and still they held each other.
Then the cunning began. Count the suitors. Hide the spears and shields in the storeroom. Trust only a few. I enter the hall tomorrow as a beggar still.
In the palace the suitors learned Telemachus lived. Some spoke still of murder in secret. Others of gifts and soft retreat, and none of true repentance.
Penelope came down from her chamber and shamed Antinous before them all for plotting against her son in her own house, while eating her husband's bread.
No harm will come to Telemachus while I live, Eumaeus lied sweetly, and planned harm all the same behind that smile.
Athena restored the beggar's shape once more. Father and son waited for morning and the hard road from the hut into the hall of enemies.
The return was begun, not finished. Home held enemies at the tables. The great bow still slept unstrung upon the wall. End of Part 4, The Return. Next, Part 5, The Beggar in the Hall, Insults at the Feast, Omens in the Night, and the Eve of the Bow.